When it came to the models, our complexity was of two kinds. The first level of complexity was on the marina. The marina is unlike anything that India ever had or will have in the very near future. It will take time for this scaled marinas to come together. How do I make sure that they get a complete picture of what to experience at a cruise terminal?
Correct.
From the scale to what amenities go into it. Plus, this cruise terminal has a second and a third floor, which is open to the public for retail shopping, for dining, clubs, all of that. I had to bring that out as well. They are following the exact engineering drawings to make sure it happened.
But I think what is even more fascinating to me as an outsider is you managed to put together so many technologies in one place to simulate this whole experience, starting from the magnetic bed, which is underneath, which is obviously not visible. Then you're coming to the LED layer, which is creating that water effect. You have these 3D printed structures. You've got these laser cut panels on top of that, and then you have AR on top of that.
Right.
Which is my next question to you. How did you manage to pull off the AR part? What is actually more fascinating is how those small little details, the people, I mean, from what we spoke earlier, that what if they collide, right? So you have to map those people out, those journeys throughout the model, and ensure they don't go into spaces
where they're not supposed to be. Because MICT is not just a hall, right?
Yes.
It's a place which has very definite reason to be there. Right.
When we sat together as a team, we thought, and we always believe that, finally putting up every structure, everybody can put it up.
Yes.
Finally the experience is what counts. So a man-to-man interaction, understanding, the right time to be served, the right temperature to serve. Hi Zabu. So finally, we're done.
Yes.
So what is your feedback on how did it go?
I think we've pulled on something phenomenal. Like, this has been
that I agree. That I really agree.
Yes. And I think the credit goes to both of you for leading this, getting it all together. Thanks. And to do that is an orchestra to me. So my question to you is, and to you as well, like, how did you manage? What did you do? What is it that you were able to manage this scale of complexity within this short period of time?
When it came to the models, our complexity was of two kinds. The first level of complexity was on the marina. The marina is unlike anything that India ever had or will have in the very near future. It will take time for this scaled marinas to come together. We have marinas, but they are really small compared to what's being planned. Our challenge was very simple. How do I make sure this grandness comes through? Grandness of scale, grandness of facilities, grandness of the plan on that ecosystem around the marina. So the way we address this complexity is we decided, no, we will not compromise on the physical scale. You would have noticed how large the model is, and most people don't make large scale models. We actually ended up doing a large scale model because of that.
Yes, and talking about this scale, there is also this angle of the additional detailing that we needed to be accurate and to ensure that there was no element of vagueness in it.
Absolutely.
And especially relevant for the cruise terminal, which is already in place.
Yes.
So could you share?
So the cruise terminal had a different challenge. Right. The cruise terminal has been
You
built.
want us to cut and go back? We'll take this again. कोई रहो ना यहाँ पे खड़े होके.
Where do you want us to take from?
Start from there. ठीक है? No problem. So, just the scale of it is definitely grand. And I agree. When I stood there, I was like, wow, this is huge. But when you look at the complexity of it, the detailing of it, it becomes even more relevant, especially for the cruise terminal. It's already standing, right?
True.
So how did you manage to pull that off?
So the cruise terminal was another level of challenge. The sheer size of the cruise terminal, the sheer set of amenities and the sheer detailing that has already gone into making it. We can't do do a model which isn't doing justice to it. So we addressed this at two levels. One is we built the model and then we integrated it with AR so that people can understand just how it works. See, people take airports as for granted because it's usually a chota size or a large size.
Right.
And then it's the same things that are replicated. But for us Indians, we don't really know what a cruise ship is.
Correct.
So how will we know about a cruise terminal?
Correct.
So the complexity, the challenge associated with that was of how do I make sure that they get a complete picture of what to experience at a cruise terminal.
Correct.
From the scale to what
Correct.
amenities go into it. Plus, this cruise terminal has a second and a third floor, which is open to the public for retail shopping, for
Correct.
dining, clubs, all of that. I had to bring that out as well.
And I'm told you were given only AutoCAD drawings from our civil engineering team. And how did you actually manage to create an accurate model from that?
Okay, so for the MICT, we had partial, actually small part of the model was 3D rendered as a soft asset. What we ended up doing on MICT is we spent a lot of time building the entire 3D model, ground up. So some parts were there, some parts of the external structure were there, the other parts were not there. So something that would have typically taken us about 2.5, 3 weeks as just the basic engineering structure, we ended up doing it in about 7 days.
Wow.
Then the texturing and all of that. So the way we addressed this challenge, especially for MICT, was we broke the job into multiple tasks and farmed it out to people we know who are good at certain things. So there were a bunch of people who only worked on the ground floor, a bunch of people who only worked on the second, a bunch of people who only worked on the second and third.
Right.
Because then retail can be juxtaposed correctly.
Correct.
The people who worked on the ground floor did the basic engineering. Then another bunch of people did the interior engineering. And then a third bunch of people got everything together. And we actually ended up working across multiple geographies to make this come true, because the basic 3D got done in about 7 days, because effectively we had less than 15 days to execute and implement the models.
Right.
So that's how we ended up building MICT. The challenge on the Marina was very different. There were no engineering drawings other than AutoCAD drawings.
Right.
We didn't have any 3D objects. So we did a different tactic on the Marina. We changed our approach from trying to build a 3D drawing, which would have again taken 7-8 days because it takes that long.
Correct.
To mapping what we have, identifying similar components and printing 3D,
Right.
3D printing those components
Right.
to match to that scale. It took much more planning because we ended up wasting a lot of 3D time, because we ended up doing and trial and errors also in the process. But if you look at it today, whether you look at the MICT model or at the Marina model, the entire Marina is to scale. MICT at a scale of 1:150,
Yes.
and the entire Marina at 1:200.
Correct. Correct.
Everything is to scale and as real, including breakwaters. They are following the exact engineering drawings to
Yes,
make sure it
yes.
happened.
But I think what is even more fascinating to me as an outsider is you managed to put together so many technologies in one place to simulate this whole experience, starting from the magnetic bed, which is underneath, which is obviously not visible.
Yeah.
Then you're coming to the LED layer, which is creating that water effect. You have these 3D printed structures.
Yeah.
You've got these laser cut panels on top of that, and then you have AR on top of that.
Right.
Which is my next question to you. How did you manage to pull off the AR part? And that's a very different thing, right?
Yeah.
Compared to
Okay.
the physical.
We were very clear.
Yeah.
When we are developing the model, we are not building a passive model that you usually see everywhere. It's not about looking beautiful. It's about telling a story. And if I'm going to tell a story, I need that level of integration of technologies that can help me tell a story. So
Right.
today, when I am walking around with the chairman of a company and showing him how he should invest in a marina and what are the facilities that are being planned by the Mumbai Port Authority, I should be able to have a narrative for him which he will buy into. The entire intent, whether it is MICT or of the marina, was to do that, and AR played a significant role. Yes, we have worked across multiple countries, multiple international partners, but again, like I told you about, every project had to be broken into its components, reach out to people who can deliver good quality in the little amount that we had,
Correct.
then break it up further based on their requirement so that we can onboard other people to support them.
Right.
And all of them had to work seamlessly. It was clockwork.
Correct.
One finishes, goes to the next finishes, goes to the next, and the prep for the previous stage has already started at
Right.
at the next step.
What is actually more fascinating is how those small little details, the people, I mean, from what we
Yeah.
spoke earlier,
Yeah.
that what if they collide, right? So you have to map those people out, those journeys throughout the
Correct.
model, and ensure they don't go into spaces.
Correct. Where
That
they're
they're
not,
not
supposed,
supposed
to.
to be.
Because MICT is not just a hall, right?
Yes.
It's a place which has very definite reason to be there.
Right.
So people will walk in, then they have to check in, they have to X-ray their bags,
Correct.
then they have to go through security. Then if they're taking an international cruise, they have to go through immigration. So they go up to the first floor, they go through immigration, then they board, or they lounge waiting for the boarding calls.
Right.
So all of that was actually mapped in real time by going, visiting the place, videographing it, and then multiple people and teams which worked in different countries were briefed about it so they could then sync. Then we had a central team who was coordinating all of this. After all of that was done, all the last minute checks, all the last minute iterations, all the last minute feedback addressal was happening with the core team, again based between Bombay and Delhi.
Fantastic. It's just extremely, I mean, to even think about it, so overwhelming to even think how so many parts
Can
have
I
come
talk
together
about a
in such
challenge?
a
Couple of
Absolutely.
major challenges on this project. I
Yes.
mean, most people don't know it. He knows about it. I know about it. But the stall design changed some 3 times. The stall space changed 3 times. Am I wrong?
And I think that's a conversation which Jay would like to talk about.
Yeah, it started
Like-
from a 10 by 10 to a 19.5 to 19 to 16 by something, and then finally 12 by 30, and then
Yes.
16 by 16.
Yes.
So yeah, I think a lot of iteration happened, but I think the team kept the cool in terms of designing, but the basic purpose was always there.
Yes.
How do we make it more functional? And I think last minute that change in size of the Marina and MICT models also
So
played a
I'm just
little
going to
challenge
add.
to it.
Yeah, I'm just going to add.
So, but I think finally in like 48 to 55 odd hours, we just put it across together.
Correct.
I think the whole planning, the right, the line drawings, the diagrams,
Mm.
it's all played the right, to the right thing. So I think finally, I think
Yeah.
it's come up nice, good looking.
See, I
It
can.
has actually, and I want to compliment Jay because what you have done is you have brought the whole experience together. So we are talking coffee being served at the right time. You're not running out of coffee to that level of detail. To gifts being given out. So it's the entire experience, not just putting the thing in place, but also keep it running. The manpower, the people, the design, the events. The back end. There are meetings happening. There are gifts exchanges. There are guys shooting these things to create and so
see,
I think
when we
that's
sat together as a team, we thought and we always believe that finally putting up maybe structure, anybody can put it up.
yes.
Finally the experience is what it counts. So a man-to-man interaction, understanding the right time to be served, the right temperature to serve.
Okay.
So I think that's where we kind of have put our plan together, our efforts together. I think, and that's paid off well. And I should appreciate I have a great team to put it together.
To pull this off in such a
Yeah,
short time for the
absolutely,
Prime Minister, and I think that has been the biggest achievement
Absolutely.
for all of us.
Absolutely.
So yeah, kudos to the team because we have managed to win the Future Tourism Award during the India
Superb.
Maritime Week.
Absolutely.
So kudos to the team and,
And I should say that we also have a great client.
Yeah.
yes,
I must
Stood by
recognize
us.
this.
Yes, they're
Thank you.
demanding, but yeah.
At no point,
I think everyone is.
and at no point, and I'll be very candid.
Right.
There have been lots of challenges on this project, not
Right.
just from an execution point of view, but from the sheer scale of it.
Right.
At no point did any one individual tell us, "Tum figure out kar lo." They were there. We'll figure it
Yes.
out. They were all with us.
With us.
We will figure it out.
I think
Everybody.
It was truly teamwork.
Yes, absolutely.
Good.
Absolutely. Yep.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.